Yo, Tom, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Welcome to the WAB.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the WAB.
I'm excited.
So this is like early morning for us, so we're just gonna get our little wake and bake on, you know?
Me too.
So that's all.
Well, you know.
With us, you're here with us, technically, sort of.
In spirit.
So Tom is one of my really good friends. We met because my best friend's wife is his girlfriend's sister, and we met or we started hanging out playing D&D, and that was a fucking blast. And you know, we all got super duper close. No, thank you. I'd like to work today.
Nice try. We always try, man.
They always try.
I know what he gets like.
So do we.
Yeah, you do.
You're gonna see me in like 20 minutes.
So what's really cool is for any of our viewers,
like to get wet.
PCP. Little training day reference. So for any of our viewers, if you guys caught our 420 episode, or at least there were 3 of those, right? It was our first 420 episode with our buddy Wombat Nipples.
So now, Wombat, there's a question going around the regiment. Is it true to the name? Do you have wombat nipples?
I mean, that's for me to know, and you guys to never find out.
Well, now you've just made that a challenge, my man. And it may sound gay, but I will see those nipples.
Oh yeah, Wombat.
Wombat Nipples is Tom's brother.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, this is perfect. So then now we can actually maybe get to the bottom of this, because this has been eating at us for a while. And you might have an inside scoop for us, man, because, you know, your brothers, you might have seen them naked once or twice growing up. Does he actually have wombat nipples? He wouldn't answer. He does. Thank you.
He got a transplant.
Oh, he had a transplant for wombat nipples.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, he had a transplant to get wombat nipples, or he had a transplant to remove the wombat nipples he was born with?
No, you know, like some people get piercings. Instead of a piercing, he was like, fuck that. I'm just going to get wombat nipples right here.
So original, you know. I never thought.
You gotta respect that.
I gotta respect
He's a
wombat.
trendsetter.
Outside the box. I mean, trendsetter with that is a little bit pushing, but I like it. I don't know if that trend's gonna pick up.
He knows what he wants, and he gets it.
If he doesn't show anybody them, I don't think the trend can pick up. He refused to.
Yeah. He's gonna come to our pool party with a full T-shirt on. That's what he said.
He tried
He was
to.
like, wear a T-shirt to the beach.
He tried to tell us we'll never find out. All right, nice. Check that off the list of this week's episode. So then question number 2 will be, do you also have wombat nipples?
No. No,
Don't
they're
lie to
regular.
us.
But do you have a fritter taint?
Yeah. That was a transplant too.
Nice.
We got that done around the same time.
So he's taint
Same
fritter.
doctor. Oh!
On Call of Duty.
I'm the realest one. Drive, monkey, drive.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're taint. I love
It's been
putting
a minute.
faces now to like.
Yo, wasn't it great?
It is.
Yeah, we haven't played in a while,
It
man.
is. Yeah, we haven't played for a long time.
2 weeks sabbatical I just took. I got to get back to killing people.
We probably suck now.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, you probably have like 4 80 gig updates that you got to install now.
That's why after 1 week I was like,
no.
I don't want to have to play because I got to wait like for a 2-hour update.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I should just go home to update it just in case.
We should get started right now.
Yeah, that's the worst downside with Call of Duty. If you're not playing religiously by the day and you let like even 12 hours pass by, there's a 30-minute update.
All right, guys, I'll catch you later. I got to go work on this update.
It sucks, man.
It's crazy.
Taint fritter, eh? So what's your opinion on the new PS5? Are you an Xbox or PlayStation guy, first of all?
First of all, I play Call of Duty on an Xbox, but I do have a PlayStation. I'm bougie.
I'm booty.
I was gonna punch you out, and then you just came back with the PlayStation. So we'll let it slide. I think we're all PlayStation people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they decided to do crossplay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely awesome.
I haven't been able to play. I've never been able to have a large group of friends to play with because our group is always split between PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh wait, we can all play. So I went from being able to play with maybe 1 or 2 guys, if luckily they were on, to now there's like what, 13 of us in the regiment.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of dudes. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Drifter.
Dude, I still get notifications. I still get notifications for that name. You know?
He's coming for us.
Weird.
He would join my private games with my friends.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It happens. We all made that mistake.
But I think it's a general consensus across the board that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. Just makes me feel a little better on the inside about my soul, knowing that I'm not the only one that was like, he's got to go. He's got to go.
At first, it wasn't so bad, but yeah, after a while, it was like, all right, just go. Just find the door.
Yeah, it becomes a lot.
Once he got a little too comfortable and started to just randomly be singing Taylor Swift songs and things like that while we're all like trying to really coordinate.
Yeah.
And then we lose by 1 and we find out that he's like, well, I was just throwing knives. And it's like, you motherfucker, you couldn't switch to a gun for the last kill?
I was in the back sniping.
I think we were playing Search and Destroy with him, and I would die, and then I would switch to him. He'd be the last one left, and he'd be at like the back of the map. He's like, I'm just going to solo this one, guys.
Freaking nuts.
How dare you?
Terrible to have on your team, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Drifter.
12, so.
It's all right. He'll find his own little group, or he'll turn into Steve Buscemi and eventually take me out because I was the one who led the coup against him.
He's got you on a list, man.
That's a guarantee.
He's got you on a list.
It's a guarantee. Luckily, he's a little kid from Georgia, so, he probably doesn't, believe in any kind of real justice or
You
violence.
just motivated this little kid from Georgia to go to the gym, work out, study, become the best successful thing he could be, and
Become
come after you.
the best sniper.
30 years from now.
So pretty much I'm a successful father figure to him.
Yes. You're
Cool, man.
welcome.
You're welcome, Drifter. I'll take some T-bones. A lot of Father's Days we missed.
Omaha steaks.
Let me get a soy T-bone.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, Todd, we meant to ask you a couple of things. What's the reason that you're vegan?
I'm not vegan.
You're not a vegan?
Oh, man, that's great.
Okay.
Must have been an old question.
Did I send in the wrong questionnaire?
No. We left some info on that questionnaire that shouldn't have been there
For someone else, which is
that's
funny.
my fault. So one of the questions was like, so talk to us about your Indian reservation card.
I saw that and I thought that was a joke.
Now that was just a perfect example.
Omar's got to be messing with me because I don't do that.
That was a perfect example of WAB at its finest. 90% of something was done super professionally, and that last 10% was like
Phoned it in.
What did these 5-year-olds leave in here? Is this like a sketch from episode 1?
I really thought there was going to just be a bit, and I was just prepared for it.
Yeah, the bit was we fucked up a bit. Sorry, man.
That's it.
Dude, I love your backdrop over there, man. Gotta say. You got the Ragnarok Thor.
You got the shield?
Right, that's the Ragnarok Thor, right?
Yeah.
That's such a badass one.
I got
man.
that at Comic-Con.
Oh, for real?
You went to Comic-Con?
Oh, dude, that's sick.
That's always awesome, man.
Yep.
How many times have you been to Comic-Con?
Twice now?
Was it the last two years running?
Yes.
Nice.
Have you ever cosplayed?
And no, I just haven't really found the niche.
Oh, man. Gotta do something.
Was I?
Yeah, but
It looks so fun.
I don't want to half-ass it.
Did I run into you at Comic-Con this year? Or last year?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I was on Shroom, wasn't I?
Was Omar?
Yeah.
Was Omar cosplayed?
He was cosplaying as someone who was like super high at Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I ate Shrooms at Comic-Con.
That's a good place to do it.
It was weird, man. It was very weird. It was
that would be scary.
You see,
it wasn't scary.
See, that's something I would do.
It wasn't scary. I ended up
would love
spending
doing
the
that.
majority of the day just
I'll do
like
that.
sitting in a chair with my face in my book bag. So it was almost like a waste of Comic-Con.
It's because you were alone, though, right? Like, you went
A
solo?
little.
Yeah, well, I actually, well, you know what it is, man. I've gone to Comic-Con. I've gone to Comic-Con 2 or 3 years already with a girlfriend. So it was like my first time to like just do whatever I wanted, however I wanted, go completely solo, and it was cool. It was nice to do that. It was nice to just like do whatever I wanted to do. It's just the Shrooms was a very weird experience.
Dude, you gotta have. I feel like with Shrooms, if you're gonna be in, even alone, but like if you're gonna go in a public, like very, like a lot of people around type of event, you gotta have a co-pilot. Because Shrooms really is like you're flying a plane, but you're not a pilot. It's not like, oh, I'm a pilot flying. No, you're just like you flying a plane. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You keep checking, like, are we alive? Are we dead? Are we flying? Are we going down? No, we're good. All right, let me go check out first class. Oh fuck, let me go check on. You know, and eventually, like, you get to a point where it's like, shit's not going right. I need to set her down in the water here. And you just need a co-pilot to just be like, nah, bro, pull up.
Yeah,
we got this, man.
Have a good time.
Head for that. Head for those cliffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, setting her down in the water was the best thing I could have done.
That book bag was you setting it down in the water. You were like, I just need to set it down for a minute.
That was probably the best experience. Period. Just my face in my book bag, tears running down my face just because. It was cool, man.
Let's go to Comic-Con and then we'll dose other people without them knowing.
That's illegal.
And then we'll freak them out. Nah, we won't get caught.
Oh man, it's
2020, bro. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't get caught. It's not illegal now.
So wait, then what's the point of dosing them if we're not gonna? Because we're supposed to follow them if we're dosing people, right?
We don't have to follow them. We dose everybody.
That's dude.
We'll let them come to us.
How much money do you have?
There's your plot to act with.
All right, guys, we're gonna save up.
Comic-Con's gonna get real weird.
We're
just kidding. We're just kidding, FBI. We're not really gonna come and dose anyone. If anybody does happen to just be like, yo, we can go dose Comic-Con, and they're gonna blame it on WAB now.
We've never been to Comic-Con.
Yep. So I got the scapegoat.
Now we can't go to Comic-Con because we might get scapegoated by that one subscriber we have.
We can never go.
My dad.
Well, you know, it's gonna be all virtual this year anyway.
When's Comic-Con this year?
It's usually October.
That it's definitely going to be virtual.
Well, that's New York. I think San Diego might be.
Oh, it's like in August, isn't it?
It's all going to be virtual then, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what's the point at that? You know, with something like Comic-Con, it's like
you're up, homie.
Well, you know, I think doing it virtually has its benefits because there's all that stuff that people wanted to promote that they can't get the interaction that they wanted, but they can still promote most of the stuff that they wanted. Sneak previews, trailers, stuff like that.
I see. So I guess it's just good for us. That we actually, will they make you pay for it? Do you think they'll make you pay? You just have to pay.
I know. I heard it's going to be free.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that should be
better
it. That makes more sense.
Like the least they could do. There's a lot of fans, right?
Free?
Oh, hell yeah.
You think it's going to be free? Yeah. I think they'll find a way to monetize it.
Well, think of it like this. The way people make money at Comic-Con...
you already heard that, okay.
The way people make money at Comic-Con is they go there, they sell their goods at ridiculous prices. You know, it's all about like the merch or like, you know, people selling autographs. You know, you have like Tom Hiddleston.
So I really don't
Tom Hiddleston sits at a table and there's a massive line just waiting to come up and get his autograph on something. Since you can't have that autograph, so you're not paying for that. All these goods you're not gonna buy these Comic-Con goods at excessive prices because it's like, well, you know, dude, half the time you walk through Comic-Con, you're like, I could get this shit on Amazon way cheaper.
Well,
you get it there because it's like I'm here, and it's about the experience here.
Yeah. Can't hate them.
So no, I'm not hating them. What I'm saying is like, so the people that sell their merchandise at these events are now not going to pay the registration fee to be a booth at Comic-Con because they're not going to get the same exposure that they would if people were walking by and they can talk with people. Okay. And then they can't sell the same shitty merch for stupid money.
And that is Comic-Con.
And that is Comic-Con.
So that's what
I was going to say something stupid like, why don't they just do it outside?
So
I don't think you can do screens
like the panels
stuff like that outside with the right, you know, it wouldn't be as good.
No way.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
The panels would be really interesting.
Yeah, people will just like Skype in or Zoom.
Oh, man. Yeah, Comic-Con I definitely think we should go and cosplay out at and sell some WAB shit when they do start letting people.
Are you saying you wanna have a booth at Comic-Con?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. But
That'd
we
be
would
really
have to
cool.
build our own comic book.
What, you don't need comics to have a booth over there?
You just gotta pay money.
For sure, you can do anything at
No,
Comic-Con.
dude.
Really?
I mean, think of it like this. Let's say
Podcasts.
So
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna-
shows.
We're in there.
we're gonna be fucking huge. We're well aware of that.
We just got to increase our
We're
calories.
massive. Yeah, so many
I
calories.
mean, just by having a booth at Comic-Con, the exposure that you would get would probably be ridiculous.
Everyone would.
Not to mention, we'd
search
be
on YouTube.
recording podcasts at Comic-Con all day anyway. Like, that would be
Hell
our
yeah.
booth. Our booth would be us set up to recording.
What state is Comic Con?
California or
Or here. It's the New York one is at Javits.
Damn, it's a long day and not smoking.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's not really WAB if JB's not smoking.
We'll see. We'll see. That could be my cosplay. I'm cosplaying as a guy that doesn't smoke, and I'll just wear like a suit and a briefcase and just be super anxious and tense the whole day.
I'm already trying to think of like how you can build like a special like smoke chamber
Bubble boy.
and like a sploof that has like a vacuum that like
Well, you know how Charles got away with it one year, right?
no.
Charles built. He got he made a little meat wad thing for like whoever he was with. And
Yes.
Then they made a Frylock
But
box.
this wasn't at the Jacob Javits though. This was like in like South Carolina or something.
Oh, really? I thought this was
Yeah.
at the Javits Center.
No, I think that cosplay they did somewhere down south.
Because I said that shake costume with the smoke
Shit
coming
was
out of the
huge.
top,
Oh, is that?
ingenious.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know if he could get through security with some of that stuff now, though.
I mean, honestly, security just make sure you don't have guns.
True.
I've been to like.
How am I supposed to protect my weed?
Yeah,
It's pretty lax.
but like they
It's the world coming to
looked
here.
at my shit. They're just like, no guns in here. I don't give a shit what the fuck you have in here.
That
awesome.
car show is pretty lax over there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I always used to think anywhere I was going that I couldn't bring any like weed with me because it's like, oh, there's gonna be security. I'm gonna like get my fucking like butthole checked like it's TSA. And every time I go there, it would just be like, "Doo, you're good.
Yeah.
Doo." They're like looking at their phone half the time, like you're good. I'm like, shit, I should have
Yeah.
brought all the fucking dope.
All of it.
I used to go to Jones Beach and be like, I don't even know if I should
And
bring it in here.
there's a courtyard that people smoke cigarettes in there. You could just be smoking a J and no problem.
Yeah.
Everyone does, huh? Do people smoke there?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They're not gonna what stop them? Hey, you spend money and you're probably gonna spend more money. Stop
Spending more.
burning that thing.
So Tom, we talked about it a moment ago. We touched on it because last time I had seen you was the Connor Cowboy fight, and we definitely
Yes,
got
sir.
some UFC coming up this weekend. I'm actually just looking
Yes.
just to pull up some of the undercard fights because I know that the main card is crazy this weekend. Like the main card this weekend, like Omar, I know you don't really follow it too well. Al saw it definitely because he was telling me earlier. But the main card for this was already kind of stacked. You had Kamaru Usman fighting against Gilbert Burns. You had Max Holloway versus Volkanovski for the rematch. You had
That's gonna be cool.
yeah, you got Rose Namajunas coming back for her first fight since she lost to Jessica Andrade versus Jessica Andrade. Big fight there to look out for. And then
excited
the
for
other
that.
one on the main card was the Peter Yan versus Jose Aldo fight, which
What?
is
Jose Aldo's fighting?
Henry Cejudo retired, so they vacated his belt. So they're doing a championship fight now for Jose Aldo versus Peter Yan at bantamweight. So you've got 1, 2, 3 title fights right there at the top of the main card. Rose Namajunas making the comeback versus Jessica Andrade, which is one of the fights that I'm actually the most excited for because I love Thug Rose.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love Thug. I felt so bad for her the way she went out against Jessica Andrade. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but she was winning the fight on the feet, and then Andrade just grabbed her and suplexed her and put her on her head, and she just landed on her neck. It was
I gotta
scary.
Look, what she looked like? Let me see.
Yo, Thug Rose, bro, the shaved head.
I love Rose.
Yo, she's.
I saw her fight at the
9 or
Barclays
4.
Center
You saw the
Yeah.
fight?
with my boy Ryan.
She's no joke.
She's no joke, bro. She
Yeah,
beat.
she's great.
She beat Joanna twice.
Oh, Joanna got beat by
Wei Lee.
yeah.
But Whaley went
bro,
that.
fight was
Whaley and Joanna.
Fucked her in the head.
Are you talking about Cyborg versus
Cyborg got messed
Nah,
up,
not
too.
Cyborg.
not that fight?
The Asian chick Whaley Zhang versus Joanna, the skinny one, and then when she got hit in the head, her fucking forehead like exploded and like she had that whole.
Oh, that's
swelling.
not Cyborg. No, Psycho. That's her name, Psycho.
Joanna.
No,
That was a
Cyborg.
fucking fun
Cyborg.
fight.
There's that weird. What was her name?
I've been calling her Cyborg this whole time.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
fucking name is Psycho.
Anytime there's like a really badass chick, a lot of people like for some reason like mix that Cyborg name over to it because Cyborg was just such a monster for so long, and people knew her name that it was like, oh, they must be talking about Cyborgs. Like a lot of people mix up right now. A lot of lighter. Here you go. A lot of people think that what's her name? God, I feel like such a dick right now. I can't remember her name. The actual
Chahugian.
champ right now.
Chakugian?
Oh, Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes. A lot of people mix up her and Cyborg, and it's like, nah, she's the one that knocked out Cyborg.
She a beast.
She's the beast that knocked out Cyborg. But yeah, man, so then that was the card already for the main card. And then, last minute, COVID strikes. But this is the one time it struck for the better. Gilbert Burns, and you know, like, I don't mean that, you know, it's fucked up to say that. Like, you know, sorry, Gilbert Burns, it sucks that you got COVID, you know. Hopefully you get better, speedy recovery and all. But because of his poor luck of getting tested positive for COVID, they had to find a replacement on 6 days' notice to fight Kamaru Usman for the belt. And we're getting Jorge Masvidal.
It is almost like pro wrestling with the way that it was like the last minute, the change up, Masvidal.
For sure, yeah. It's a storyline, right?
Perfect storyline.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. It's going to be a badass fight.
It's going to be a good fight. I don't know.
He's a G.
Look, 6 days notice, Jorge Masvidal coming in to fight. That's short notice is always like you're the underdog.
And Usman is how much more weight does he have to go up?
Well, they're both going to be fighting at 170.
And they both.
Usman's just been doing a full camp already. You know, prepping, cutting weight, and all that. Apparently, though, I saw a couple people talking about how Jorge has been, you know, helping other people with their camps recently. Like Dustin Poirier was saying that Jorge was there for most of his camp. So it's not like he's just been sitting on the couch. You know, he was there sparring with him for his camp 2 weeks ago. You know? And then he's already around the weight, which means that it's not a horrible cut. It's not like he's going to be having to cut weight rapidly to make it. So it's like he could come in and surprise like a Ben Askren thing. You never know. I don't think so, though.
I mean,
Kamaru's
might just
that dude. He's wild. He could. If
really
anybody could, I think he could.
Yeah, I agree. If
But
there was
I
going to be somebody, it would be.
But I would have to put money on Usman if I had to bet.
If you're a betting man,
Yeah.
Like,
just because. Well, this is the thing. You got to think: is Kamaru gonna use his wrestling against Jorge, or is he gonna try to stand and bang like he did when he fought Colby? Because when he fought Colby, he wanted to stand and bang and really put a message out there, right? He was like trying to prove a point.
That's
like, I want to fuck you up. That's not always how he fights. A lot of times he actually will do that for the first 2.5, and then the next 2.5 he uses wrestling. Just about every time, every round. But the Colby fight, he didn't even want to wrestle. So is he going to want to like do the same thing here? Like, I want to shut up Jorge Masvidal. I want to knock you out, you know, and stand and bang? Because that will be his downfall. That will give that opening for Jorge to capitalize.
Oh, for sure.
But if he wants to go in there and wrestle Jorge, I don't know. I've never really seen Jorge wrestle somebody like that level, you know, like... We didn't see much wrestling in the Nate fight versus Jorge. The little scrambles that we did.
That was the whole, I mean, the whole point was stand and bang. You know, baddest motherfucker. Yeah. I hit you, you hit me.
Right.
Base shots. Let's do this shit.
Even when it did kind of get a couple scrambles, you know, all they had was they were both just throwing strikes. Nobody committed to either grappling or submissions. They were just both trying to get out, swing. There was like a few hammer fists from Jorge. The only time Nate actually did go for a takedown, I think he stepped into that kick to the face from Jorge.
Brutal
kick to the face. He ate that like a sandwich in the middle of the day. Still finished out the day at work.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to go for, a flying knee, first move. That's his first move.
You think so?
Yeah.
How mad would you be if he pulled it off?
Again?
It's
that's what I'm saying. Knee? Yeah, exactly.
It's like, he might as well, you know, the chances of hitting it again, why not? Why not?
That would mean that I'm sorry, who's he fighting again? Usman?
KO. He beats his record.
That would mean that Usman is clearly not watching any videos and that he's got his fucking guard down from the beginning.
or he wants to, psychologically be like, yo, he wouldn't suspect I go for a takedown.
I will guarantee you. I will guarantee you 100% that he opens the fight like that.
With the flying knee.
Whether he's going to really commit to it or the knee or not, I guarantee you he opens the fight like that. Only because he opened up the Ben Askren fight like that. And then right after that, he opened up the Nate Diaz fight with that. He faked it. Remember? He did the same thing. He rushed out, but he faked it. So I think this time he will again do the same thing, just because it's at this point part of that little bit of a strategy. Yeah, it's kind of like his okay, I can start with this, and it's part of disguising so you don't know what I'm going to do. Because now it's like, whether you thought I was or wasn't, now you're seeing it, so you're going to be like,
you got to process something.
Yeah, and then I get to read that. So I think he's going to open the fight in that same manner. Whether or not he really commits to that or not, just does a little two-step maybe this time.
Yeah.
But I think he will definitely open the fight with that whole hands behind the back thing, lean on the gate.
It's a tough bet. It's a tough bet. I wanna bet on him, but
I wouldn't bet on that one.
Yeah, it's just like it can happen.
I kind of want to touch that Jose Aldo fight.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Jose Aldo fighting for a title.
Did he win?
Is always a good bet.
Did Aldo win his last fight?
He lost his last fight.
By the way, quick thing to all our viewers, all one of you.
Hi, Mom.
This airs like 2 weeks after that fight, so don't think that we're predicting something that already happened. All right, we ain't hearing this for 2 weeks, guys.
It's all right. Time sensitive can suck our dick. All right, we do what we want. It's time stamped. It's time stamped in here somewhere.
Who'd WAB?
Nah, man, it should be a crazy one. But I think Jose Aldo in a title fight is always a good bet. I mean, Peter Yan. No disrespect to Peter Yan, he's a beast. As far as boxing, I think he's a much better boxer in there. But all around game, like the last time I doubted Jose Aldo was against Jeremy Stevens, and I won't do that again. I won't do that again.
That didn't go good.
His last fight, he actually lost by decision to Marlon Moraes, I think. And a lot of people, so he had just dropped down to the bantamweight. It was his first fight at bantamweight versus Marlon Moraes, and he lost by decision, but it was a controversial one. A lot of people, everybody kind of said that he won the fight. And then Dana and them, they booked Aldo for this as opposed to Marlon for this. Because if you were thinking about who should fight for the title, everybody was like Peter Yan. And then they were like, we're going to give it to Aldo, even though he just lost to Marlon. So Marlon should technically be the one that would be thrown in there if you're going by that fight's winner. But they said, fuck that, we're going to put Aldo in there. Which makes me think another reason of, hey, looks like they're trying to throw Aldo a belt before he retires off into the sunset one last time. Because the UFC loves doing that. It's like the NFL. They love getting a belt. They love utilizing every asset they have to its maximum potential before it expires. So they own this player or a fighter on a contract. People love him, but he's about to be retired. Let's get him a belt one more time so maybe we can build one more fight after that on him that people would buy. Or even if he loses that, it's like, it builds that passing of the baton type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Also building that ultimate UFC legacy, which is the best type of marketing there is.
And they get to maximize the amount that they could have of Aldo all the way to the end of his career and post-career if he wanted to do some sort of maybe UFC Brazil type announcing asset.
It's a brilliant money game.
Yeah, they do it with everybody, so...
It's funny because to bring it back to pro wrestling, because I enjoy pro wrestling, UFC started doing stuff like that better than most Western wrestling has. I mean, you could probably name 5, 10, 15 top fighters in UFC, but how many people you'd be like, yo, who's in the WWE right now? And you'd be like, The Rock, John Cena, and people would be like, I don't know.
That was 10 years ago too. I would say those and I'd be wrong.
And they don't do that. They don't do that thing where they're like, all right, take the old guy and make him give the rub to the new guy, pass that torch. They don't do that well. They just we're gonna bring Goldberg and one of these other guys to Saudi Arabia and we'll do a thing. And you're like, Goldberg? Goldberg's 55. Why do I give a shit about Goldberg anymore?
Talking about the Universal Soldier 2007. Yeah, man, that's definitely the WWE, because I don't even follow wrestling I did a little bit when I was younger, because I knew, like, you know, like the golden age in my eyes was Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and X-Pac and the Road Dogg and, you know, like, I always forget his name, whatever that fucking announcer was that would always fucking, like, also wrestle every now and then.
The King?
The King!
Yeah, the King.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, because when I first started watching when I was young, he would still get in there every now and then with these random tag teams. Like, wait, why is he wrestling?
That was dope.
Word. But yo, Mankind.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cactus Slut.
Mick Foley, Long Island.
Bro,
Yeah,
I met Mick Foley once
Foley.
Do that?
at my friend's sister was like running some sort of a summer thing, and Mick Foley wrote like a children's book. That motherfucker is huge, bro.
Yeah?
Like, he doesn't look it on TV because
Massive.
everybody else is
Really?
fucking
Yeah,
huge,
seriously.
bro.
Because
You think he's just a wide guy, like
to-
fat,
You-
but then
he
you
looks
find
like-
out that he's also 6 foot something and that wide
Yeah, yeah.
compared to those other dudes.
But he looks
Yeah,
small.
he's
compared to
built like
Rock.
a bridge.
Dude.
Yeah. Like, imagine like a big lineman,
Yeah. Like that.
but like a little bit taller, probably. Because isn't he like 6'6"?
He's got to be like 6'6".
I think he's like 6'6".
I remember when I met him, I was just like, this is not what you look like on TV, man.
350 or maybe closer. Yeah, because I don't think he was pushing 4, but I think he was close to 350. Because what the Big Show was like what 400 and something pounds.
Yeah, he's fucking
I
massive.
don't even know how you're
he-
that
but he
big
didn't
and
look
can,
it.
can walk around on Earth gravity,
Dude.
you know?
That's what Andre the Giant's problem was. He got too big too quick. His body just started giving out.
Yeah.
Damn, sad.
Yeah. But Mick Foley is apparently like the nicest guy for someone that big and that crazy.
He lives in Long Island, you said?
He's a Long Island guy, yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, he actually used to play lacrosse with my lacrosse coach from high school.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So how old is he now?
What's up?
How old is he now?
My
Like
lacrosse coach?
No, like Mick Foley.
Mick Foley's probably in his 50s.
Like 55.
Yeah.
So when he was performing for us, he was in his 30s? Yeah?
20s, 30s.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. That's cool. Long Island guy.
Getting thrown through steel cages and shit.
That's ridiculous,
Yo,
dude.
getting the bloodied matches.
Nah,
the
man.
bloodied one was the thumbtacks and all that shit.
Thumbtack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, it's funny, man. All that shit, like the thumbtacks and all the blood, like that's Flash. It's like they're getting slammed on those mats that you think are mats, but it's really just a flat board of wood with some shitty springs underneath. Like dislocating shoulders and shit that nobody can see. Those are really the real injuries, you know. Pulled muscles.
Dude, I'll put a link in.
Torn ligaments.
We should put a link in at the end of this, and I'll send it to you too. You can look at my little cousin back when he used to like to do a little bit of backyard wrestling with his friends, and they used to have a whole YouTube channel. They actually did it for some tiny ass like actual wrestling company that they had, where they actually went to events and things. You remember Nick?
Oh wow.
He used to actually do these like random little things. His name was Psycho Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was always, I loved
cool.
it. Because he was not a big jacked kid. He was like a really skinny little like frail dude, but he was just a little crazy.
Backyard wrestling.
So his whole part was the underdog who would always be losing, and then the pain would just make him go crazy, and he would come back.
Yo, when I asked him to, I love it though.
They've unleashed Psycho Dan.
Yeah, I love it. The passion. That's
It was
the best
cool.
part. That's the best
And
part.
then early on YouTube videos of him, they would be like in the schoolyard by like, you know, where they'd have the swings and it would be like gated off separate from the other areas. And they'd be like throwing each other into that little gate and then flipping them over and then climbing on that little 3-foot gate and like dropping the flying elbows on each other. Meanwhile, like you see like a little girl over in the corner on the swings. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
It
amazing.
was so cool, man.
He had a passion for it.
He had a passion.
Yo, Long Island IZ used to do backyard wrestling with our buddy Charles.
Oh, where they used to do a little bit of backyard wrestling?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
Charles was long hair, right?
Zack Ryder, is that his name?
He was Zack Ryder, but WWE released him recently, so now he's just himself. He's Matt Cardona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He'll probably get something lined up pretty quickly. The guy wrestles, he's good.
Nice. He looks the part, too? He's like a big dude? Yeah.
He's big in
pretty
person.
big.
He doesn't look that big on TV, but he's big in person.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those dudes are
Well, that's 'cause you
massive in
got-
person.
Yeah, Charles is the one with the long hair.
Long hair, right? I could see him wrestling.
Yep.
The Viper.
The Viper. That's right. That was his name.
That's what he was in trampoline wrestling. He was the Viper.
Trampoline wrestling?
That's hilarious.
What was that?
You guys ever do backyard wrestling?
Nah.
I never did backyard wrestling, but I definitely power bombed my little brother on some pillows and mattresses through the years.
You did.
You know, almost paralyzed him a few times.
Walls
course you did.
Jericho.
Had those moments where like you do it, and then it's like you realize you missed the mattress, and he's in pain, and you're just like, "Don't cry, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Let me go get you some ice cream and some ice. Don't let mom know what happened. We'll never be able to play again." Meanwhile, it's like he might be paralyzed. It's like, I'm gonna push you around in the wheelchair wherever you want to go. Just shut the fuck up right now.
JB, I can't feel my legs.
Shh. Don't worry. You're gonna get superpowers above the waist.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah, man. Luckily that never happened. He had a very strong spine for a little guy.
What little brothers are for?
That's what little brothers are for. I know. I just used it on my sister because I never had a brother.
Well, I mean, little siblings.
So Wombat Nibbles is your younger brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I beat him up a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're talking to the aggressor, I see.
Top dog. Alpha.
Yeah. What'd you say?
So speaking of accidents, did anybody see my Instagram videos recently?
Yeah, what happened?
Yo, that was crazy.
Obviously, those are going to go up on the screen. Dude, I was just sitting at my desk at work at the front counter, and you hear like this big, like, it actually didn't sound much different than when you hear like a tractor trailer drive over like a bump. I was like, oh, let me just look outside, see what happened. That's this fucking Mercedes-Benz on its side.
So how did that happen?
This is awesome. I didn't get to see how it happened. I just got to see it happen.
How does that
And then you see like 50 million people come in to help out. You never want to help out in that situation. You just fucking call the cops, say, hey, this is what's going on. Send an ambulance.
Some wacky
What?
shit
Why
going
don't you
down
wanna
over here.
help
You should
out?
probably
Did
come check
people
this
come
shit
out?
What the hell? Wait. Well, let's
You
back
can
up.
get sued for that shit, bro. If you help out and someone gets hurt, you can get sued for that shit. You never
Yep.
try to help out. You call the authorities, let someone who can hold the government liable for that shit handle what they've been trained to do.
I could see where you're coming
I get what you mean.
But
I
you wouldn't
100%,
save a
I
baby
100%
dying
get what
right
you
there,
mean.
like,
But at the same time, it's like there's a level of like you can still go and see what you can do that you know you can do without getting sued. I'm not saying go cut people out of the seat and let them drop
But
up there upside down.
if there are 20 people coming around this one vehicle, the last thing they need is 5 more people.
All right.
Maybe,
You know,
Right.
but maybe you're that one
Fair enough.
competent enough person in all of those idiots.
and competence
in
is
public.
calling the authorities. Hello, 911. Yeah, there's a car flipped over on its side. Yeah, this is where it's located.
Nice.
Yep. Everybody seems okay. No one
do your
seems like they're
job.
dying.
That was the exact call?
Something like that.
You called him?
Yeah, I called them. Hell yeah, I called them.
So wait,
When I see people trying to help out, I call the police. We're in New Hyde Park. They got good police over there.
yeah, quick
know.
response.
But
Right on
the
Jericho
dudes
Turnpike.
climbed out of the window, and then I got some footage of them towing the car back on its wheels. Shit was loud.
Crazy.
Very loud seeing that car come right back on its wheels.
So curious. Maybe you can. There's cameras or something that caught how he did it.
I was gonna ask, doesn't your store have cameras that
We
face
don't
toward the
have any
front door?
camera. No.
None?
Our cameras are only looking at the door. They're not looking outside. And also, where that happened for him was across the street, so we definitely wouldn't get that.
Damn.
Shame.
It was like in the farthest possible lane.
Damn, that's whack.
That's so whack. That was crazy, man.
Totally on its side.
See, had you gone out there and then, you know,
Then I'd be
spoken
online.
to the person,
I'd be
possibly,
online.
you might be connected to know
No.
them and then be able to get their Instagram and then see them post whatever video of what happened after.
Maybe. Maybe.
You know, it's all about networking, man. You know, it's all about networking.
Everything is a
I'm not
possibility.
saying
Shame on me, man.
I'm not saying you should have gone
You know
out.
what? I should have invited them to be guests on the web.
I'm not
like, hey guys, let's hear
mean,
your side
Yes,
of the story.
you shouldn't have gone out and like cut them out and like given them CPR or anything, but you could have at least like gone and slipped like a business card into their pocket and then just walked away
Like an
subtly.
ambulance chaser.
Exactly. Just you know,
Get the exclusive, the inside scoop.
That's actually not a bad idea. Tell your side of the story. WAB.
Thing.
That's exactly what they need. Hey, we know you're about to be going through an insurance claim about driving, where you probably want to be able to prove that you're always in a good, clear state of mind. Would you like to come on our Wake and Bake show and tell your side of the story? I'm sure your credibility will not be touched at all.
Oh, man.
WAB.
WAB.
It all happens here, guys. It all happens here.
That is crazy that they flipped in front of your place, though, man.
Oh, man.
I saw those pictures, and I was like, what did Omar do?
No, that's not my Benz. My Benz is way too old.
The music playing from his store was so bad, it's flipping cars out in the street.
At a 1990 E-Series.
Yeah?
Oh, such a piece of shit.
Oh, the square ones.
Such a piece of shit. Yeah. JB, you remember that thing, right?
Your Beamer?
Yeah, that's like right around when I was about to leave Frank's.
You had a nice Beamer.
That shit was so
Wait,
old.
Beamer or Benz?
It was old.
I'm sorry. It was nice. It was just a piece of shit. It was garbage.
It was old. It had a few problems that needed some fixing.
It had a lot of problems, dude. That we had to get rid of that car. That car was crap.
Yeah. But, you know, that was a nice little...
That car was...
What model was it again?
It was like an E-Series. I don't even remember.
Yeah, but it was a two-door coupe, wasn't it?
That was a four-door.
Oh, then I don't even remember that car at all. I completely missed...
That was your first car?
No.
What was your first car?
My first car was a manual transmission Saturn.
What year?
96.
Nice.
What year did I have it? I had that shit 2002.
Wait.
It's like 18 years ago.
Wait. How about you, Tom? You drive?
Oh my god. My first car was Mazda 626. I think it was a 97.
Wow.
That's nice.
All right.
I love that car.
That's a nice car.
Manual?
No, that was an automatic.
All right.
Nice car.
But,
they had a nice transmission in
those
that
are
car
cool,
that
yeah.
year. It was like a new transmission or some shit with that model, the 626.
Yeah. What are they called? They had a name. It starts with M, right?
I don't know. My grandpa had that car, and it was really
It was
nice.
fast, too.
Yeah. My cousin used to always
It
steal
was
it.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're not talking about the Miata, are you?
No, the 626.
It's who makes it? Like
Oh, you're talking about the engine?
Mazda?
Yeah, it's Mazda, and it was four-door.
Yeah.
Mazda something. It has another name.
It was a very similar. It almost looked like if Mazda
dope.
was trying to like rip off kind of like a Jaguar four-door sedan look, but it was like a little smaller.
I always thought
Funny you
that.
say that
That's funny.
because I once raced the Jaguar in that,
They have
and
those
balls
supercars.
made the difference, and I won.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yo,
I
they
definitely shouldn't have. It was on Sunrise.
Right.
They have supercars.
He just quit. He quit.
Those cars come
Yeah,
with
he just didn't
superchargers.
have it in him.
That's what's up. He's a puss. But did you have the one with a supercharger? I know those.
No.
Those had the supercharger.
Oh, yeah, they did have a
That's what I'm
supercharged
saying.
model,
I
that's
remember
right.
There was like a beast one, yeah.
There was a supercharged one.
Like stock.
Oh no, that was basic shit.
I think that was later on though. That
But
was
either
closer
way,
to
the
2000.
engine was good enough for you to dip, you know,
Oh
the
yeah,
book
I love that car.
for a first car. What was your first car?
Me, I had a 94 Eagle Summit
Stick shift?
stick shift, 5-speed.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
It looked like a little whack ass Honda Civic kind of.
Eagle Summit.
Yeah.
Not bad. What Mad Miles say?
What'd you have, man?
A 96 Civic 2-door EX.
You had the shit from Fast and the Furious?
Five speed. No, the year after the ones from Fast and Furious. The Fast and Furious were like the bubble EGs.
Those are the dopest.
Mine were, yeah, those are cool with the bubble and the hatch and shit. That's like our growing up. And mine was like the year after that, 96. That was alright. Stick shift. Manual's always fun. Did you have
Yeah, my
manual?
second car was a manual.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. There's nothing like it.
Yeah. Just not like for daily driving. It just sucks.
should try
Like, traffic.
You should try a motorcycle.
Well, I mean, you guys are also in Queens. Like,
It's worse.
for Tom and I, being on Long Island, driving every day is not bad with a manual.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess so you stay in one gear.
like I had the manual when I was going to Farmingdale, and traffic on the Southern State and on
that
110 at those times of days.
Oh,
it
really?
was bumper to bumper.
Oh, that sucks.
all
Yeah.
day. Yeah, your legs
first
are
gear.
shaking.
Just
after-
first gear clutching, which is the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
in and out, in and out.
but like driving around Nassau County, generally speaking, is not terrible at all. I feel like driving around, like the closer you get to Manhattan, the shittier it gets.
Yeah, when I used to have to go to,
Yeah.
I only had that stick shift, my first car, for like 2 weeks before it got in an accident. And I used to have to go from here to like Flushing, Fresh Meadows area. So I was always in the morning traffic, and it sucked. It was pretty much, like you say, first gear for about an hour, just sitting there bumper to bumper. But tell you now, I got the bike now, and that's the only thing that's even better than stick shift car to me. It's stick shift, but your hands control the actual
Clutch.
Yeah, your clutch is your hands, you know, and your throttle is your hand.
So now,
and then your hand that would be shifting the things, that's your foot, and it's only just like up or down.
That's fucking dope.
So it's like,
Right.
it seemed so confusing to me when I first wanted to start riding, and then as soon as I did it, I was like, oh shit. Why did no one just tell me it's like driving a stick shift car, but I get to drive it with my hands? And it's like so much easier to control the clutch and all that fucking stuff.
I remember
So
when I
much easier.
was driving manual, I felt so much more in tune with the vehicle itself. Do you feel even more in tune with the motorcycle?
I mean, just riding a bike, you're in tune with that motherfucker no matter what. Like every little thing with a bike, you feel everything.
Right.
Like tiniest little turns of the wheels, pebbles, like waves in the road. Waves in the road are my scariest thing in the world to me. Like when you get a road that you're going straight on, but all of a sudden there's like waves in the actual thing from like trucks or something that like weigh it down in their tire marks.
Right.
So you get that little, and you're riding the bike. If you're in it, you're good. But if you're riding it and then like go across it, you know, your bike is literally getting hit across like the peak or something. Yeah. So that's the scariest thing that I've so far come across. Yeah. That I'm always like looking ahead for is like those shits. And if you see him, like, you know, just try to either avoid him or you got to come at him like a little bit more like straight on.
Right.
You know, like it's kind of like when you're in a car. The equivalent is like that feeling when like you're on a highway that had construction done and they've got 2 lanes completely stripped and that left lane is still good concrete and there's that hard lip between the two. And when you go between it, you feel like you're fucking your car's tires and shocks up for somehow. Like that's what any little wave feels like on the bike. But like, you know, you get tipped.
Mad dangerous.
Yeah, it's just sketchy.
Especially going high speeds.
Yeah, I try not to go too fast, just because.
And Tom, how's your motorcycle?
Payoff's not worth it.
It's great because it doesn't exist.
You should get one, bro.
You know, I would if I didn't live on Long Island.
What?
I don't. The people here,
People on Long Island
A,
suck at
there's so
driving.
many people, and B, everyone here is a little crazy.
It's true.
I don't trust these people as far as I can throw most of them.
It's a good.
Fair enough, man.
It's a good risk assessment there. I can't lie.
Bikes are great. Bikes are really cool, but like, just not worth it for one of these yahoos to be like, I don't need to look when I cut 3 lanes.
Yo, the thing that kills me the most, and I've been meaning to mention this in every podcast, and I really just want to start a campaign. Motherfuckers don't use their turn signals for shit. Like, I've given up on cell phones. Everybody's going to be on their cell phone while they're driving their car, and no cops are going to do anything about that because at this point in time, everybody is just like, no, let them do whatever they want. Like, it's inevitable. You know, whether you're a good driver and you think you don't use your cell phone, at every stop sign or red light, you still look at that motherfucker or touch it for some reason. Even I catch myself doing that when I'm driving. I'm like, why am I fucking touching this thing?
Weird.
But like, I've given up on that. But turn signals, it's just this. It's so fucking
It's
simple.
ongoing war, bro.
And the only reason people don't do it is either sheer laziness or the mentality of, it's a race and I can't let you know what I'm doing because I have to be first. And it's like, no, it's not a race. Just let me know where you're going.
They don't signal at all.
At all.
Yeah.
And that's
Just
the worst
the worst
thing is like,
thing,
I'll be in a lane and the cars just start coming towards me. And I'm like, dickhead, just signal.
Yep.
So I know.
Yeah, some people just, I don't know. I don't get it, man.
They don't realize it's
fucking get it, man.
And I'm not even the type of biker that like would necessarily speed up to be in front. Like half the time I slow down when I see them doing that. And I'm just like, you can have it, bro. Like you can I don't want nothing to do with you. Fuck out of here.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, man.
And it's just a simple form of communication.
Just
hey, man,
signal,
this
man.
is my plan.
It's the simplest
Letting you know.
form of
That's why it
communication.
exists. That's its job.
This is what I'm doing.
This is what, 4?
Hey, you in your 2-ton hunk of steel. In my 2-ton hunk of steel, I'm gonna go here. So you shouldn't be there when I go there.
It's so funny. I remember when I was a little kid and like my dad would have us, and we'd be in the car, and we'd be driving anywhere at all, and he would always pretend like he had magical powers, as if he was a psychic and knew stuff that was going to happen. And he'd be like, I want to see a trick. That car right there is about to go to the right. And it would do it, and we'd be like, what? Or we'd be at a red light, and then he'd be like, that light's about to change in 3, 2, 1, and it would do it, and we're like, what the fuck? And it would take you till you're a little older to realize, like, okay, cars have lights that signal, and he's looking at the crosswalk thing to see when it stops blinking for walking, and I'm like, okay, but like, he'd always do that shit when you're a kid. You can't do that now with cars. No. Nobody signals.
Nobody fucking signals, bro.
Don't assume anything. Never assume anything.
And the people that do signal just have that shit on from like the last turn that they made like 7 miles back, and they're just driving around with their fucking turn signal.
Dude, I do that sometimes, man. I'm like, oh, this has been on for a while. My bad. I'm not helping anybody out.
Oh, man.
That's why that guy was honking.
I really want to get stickers for like really bad drivers that are either on their cell phone, so I can just like put a sticker on their car very subtly that just says, I like to drive on my cell phone, officer. That way when a cop pulls him over for driving on their cell phone and he's like, I saw you driving, they're like, I don't, that wasn't me. He's like, well, your sticker says that you like to drive with your cell phone.
I was alerted.
Just in case they try to get out of it, I just want to do that little fuck you, gotcha. Still looking into the laws of vandalizing people's cars with stickers.
You'd have to go really fast with them on a highway, and I'm just thinking about like you'd have to put on your palm, just be able to do it fast, because like if you take your time and touch their car, you might just fuck up. So you got to dip with them at the same speed.
I'll create a special apparatus that comes out of my hubcap, similar to the Roman spinning ones for chariots, and it will apply a light sticker.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for that project.
Hell yeah.
It's also going to be on our Patreon.
We'll totally bring it to reality.
And don't forget, on our Patreon, if you pay $5,000, you can get a very small vial of either one of our sweat. Patreon.
Yeah, I think there's some legal stuff we have to look into with that, but we can do it. Only because of coronavirus. Like, if it was pre-coronavirus, you could be able to sell your sweat, no problem.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's some sort of, like, FDA approval you need, you know.
You just gotta sell it half off, you know? So.
For $2,500.
Half off sweat.
Here on the web via Patreon.
How do you think we get that sweat? Hard work. So you're buying hard work. Effort. That's what you're really buying, not sweat.
We collect it while we set up for every episode.
It gets hot in the room.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's a lot of sweat right there.
So, Tom, anything going on your side that you want to talk about? Anything that's been, like, you know, on your mind lately? Anything you're passionate about?
Man, you know, I wish. I've been keeping it pretty mellow. I've been cleaning up some old knives. My uncle was a cop in like the 70s and 80s, and he had a box of like knives he had confiscated. I'm just cleaning some of those up, hanging out.
Cool.
That's pretty
Trying
cool.
to take the day a little slower.
You know, for some reason I thought that story was going elsewhere. I thought you were like, you know, my uncle was a cop in the 70s and 80s, and they used to issue knives once a month. Just a different knife for a different task. It's like instead of medals, just gave him a knife.
It's a collection of knives. It's no big deal.
I mean,
That would be some.
there's a couple.
That'd be some dirty ass, like, working against you and your pension type idea. Like, every day until retirement, we're going to give you a knife to slit your wrists with. And then if you make it to retirement without killing yourself with all these knives, you get a watch to put on that wrist you didn't slit.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what they do.
And that's where your taxpayer dollars go.
Rollies.
Bunch of fucking knives.
But yeah, I've been working on a little D&D actually.
Oh yeah.
For my family, you know.
No doubt.
Try and keep sane during all this BS.
Yeah, I remember your brother telling us how it helped get you guys all closer. The quarantine, that is.
Oh, I thought you meant D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D helps. It totally helps.
Well, that's probably what they do in the quarantine, right?
I would love to play a D&D. I've never actually experienced
Me
in
neither.
person a game of D&D. I've only seen people make fun of it in shows or something.
I understand.
It can literally be like anything you want it to be.
But someone has to read
Yeah,
out,
he-
right? He's the story master or whatever. What is it?
Dungeon Master.
Ooh,
Dungeon master. Yeah.
get it right, motherfucker.
I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. There's more drama in Dungeon.
All right, that's cool.
I've only
yeah,
ever
it's,
seen. Oh, sorry.
No, it's funny because a lot of TV shows and stuff are like, this is the one with like the dungeons and the dragons and there's like a wizard, but like tabletop roleplay is like a lot. It could be anything. It could be post-apocalyptic shit or cowboy shit. You know, it's got a wide range of uses.
I see.
It's kind of like Westworld. Just
You could do that.
you could do it like just think
Yeah.
about it like there's all sorts of different
NPCs, correct?
genres
Those,
that you just
yep.
drop all the way into. Okay.
You know, one thing.
For sure.
What about the one that Charles was running for a while?
The Pokemon one?
Oh, jeez.
Bro,
That was pretty cool.
it was so cool. It was way different than any like licensed Pokemon medium I had seen. And you know, not just because like there was a ton of in jokes, but like he had really put a lot of effort into making like kind of his own systems and his own like, you know, he had found, because you need stats for monsters and stuff, he had found stuff online for Pokemon monsters, but like everything else he really developed on his own. And that guy's a creative whiz.
Oh yeah. It was cool too because he didn't just put effort into like how he created it, but he also went as far as like getting us binders so that we can put all our information. Each one of our characters, like our individual character would have Pokemon, and each one of our individual characters would have different traits. So like my character, unlike most Pokemon trainers, could actually go in there and fight Pokemon as well. So
Kind of abusive ass shit is that.
oh yeah, it was ridiculous, but it's hilarious, and it just added
Like
a
Michael
whole other
Vick
degree.
just decided, I'm gonna fight that
That's
guy.
what Pokemon is. Pokemon is just
Sit down,
Michael
champ.
Vick
I got this one.
fucking an anime.
Airplane.
Pretty much. But yeah, that guy, and he's making tables and shit now.
Oh, dude, that yeah, he's making a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, I gotta get on whenever he's on because it keeps him busy.
Well, his wife said he's autistic, so
I mean, probably mildly. He might be on the spectrum. It's all right.
Next to every strong man is a equally strong female calling him a retard. That's how it works.
basically.
Truth.
Hey Tom, thanks so much for joining us, man. It's been a
no
It's
problem.
been a fucking blast, dude. Before we get going, I actually should have asked you this earlier. Is there anything that you wanna promote? Anything you want us to talk about in particular that you haven't brought up yet?
No, I might just shout out like the Long Island emo music scene. I got a good friend who's, you know, because of this quarantine stuff, really can't put on shows. You know, they've done a lot of live show stuff, but there's a lot of bands and stuff that are hurting now because you can't go anywhere. You can't put it. Yeah, so you know, I mean, they still got good music.
Can't charge tickets.
They'll be booking soon.
All right.
So yeah, just a little shout out.
And what's your friend's band?
My friend's band is Inner Love. There's another couple bands like Alumni and Makeshift they're pretty tight.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
Hey, you know, they're pop punk. They're not for everyone, but if you
Okay.
dig it, you dig it.
Best of luck to him.
Very cool.
Make sure to check them out, guys. Links down below.
Word, and we'll throw your Instagram and stuff up there for us, for people too.
Yeah, sure. I'm
know.
wacky.
There we go. I'm sure you got some interesting posts on there, man.
You like?
I hope people think they're interesting.
Tom,
And
thank
shout
you.
out, didn't you say your other buddy did some backyard wrestling, right?
Oh yeah, Philip Cardigan.
Yeah, shout out to
wrestling
Philip
name.
Cardigan.
Philip Cardigan. He's with Creative Pro Wrestling. It's actually Zack Ryder's tag team partner.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Nice.
It's his promotion, they're doing a lot of YouTube stuff and keeping themselves busy. You know, they can't do live events, but they're still pretty entertaining.
It's awesome.
Dude, thanks so much,
Alrighty.
man.
Yeah,
Good
man,
seeing
thanks
you,
for
brother.
joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, brother.
All right, sick. Dude, thank you so much, man. That was fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
We could just cut it
I
there,
hope you
but
guys had fun. I had fun.
oh yeah, man. We're just chatting
That's
around,
awesome.
bullshitting.
That's all we ever do on the web, man. It's just
Chat.
get together and talk to somebody new.
Yeah. You seem like it. We knew once I saw that Captain America shield, I was like, yo, he's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
He's got the cap shield plus the flag in the frame right in front of it.
Yeah, he's gonna be cool.
I actually got that. They gave me that when I made Eagle Scout. That
Oh,
flag.
nice.
Oh, nice.
What's up?
This guy can tie ropes, start fires, and also navigate in the wild.
That's CV, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not really sure what else they teach you. I didn't want to assume. Never been in the Boy Scouts, you know?
Yeah, Boy
What
Scout.
you got planned today, man? What are
Well,
you doing?
Eagle Scouts is like the next level up for like, you know, when you reach a certain level.
Man Scouts.
And then you're like the highest level,
Really?
right? Something like that?
Well, like, it's the highest rank. And then, well, Man Scouts is different. It's actually, there is like a Man Scouts. It's Venture Scout.
Oh, wow.
It's like co-ed.
Oh, nice.
That's for like young adults.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Compete against
I probably
girls.
should have just talked about shit like that.
We still can't.
Well, dude, this ain't the last time we're having you on, and we can keep talking about that.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, this is like the only corner of my room that, like every other corner of my room looks like shit. Like it's just like a door or like half a bookshelf. Like there's no good way to frame any other corner of my
Dude,
room.
we're filming a podcast,
Dude, that's
bro.
a
What do you
perfect corner.
what do you think is going on around here? What do you think goes on in our
I
houses?
mean, but you have a good frame. You guys have a good frame going right now.
Thank you.
This guy works really hard.
If you saw what was on the other side of this
It looks
frame,
good.
Yeah.
Chaos.
it's just chaos.
Actually, you know what? It's actually not bad, to be honest. The mess is just like equipment. All right, man. Yo, awesome talking to you, brother. We'll be chatting up later in the week. All right, man.
Heck yeah.
Stay safe,
Hey,
bro.
man, thanks. We'll see you online for sure.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, for sure.
Peace.
Nice to meet you too.
Yep.
You guys be well.
Take care, brother. Enjoy the weekend, UFC, bro. Let's all root for
yes.
Jorge to show us something amazing.